Welcome to Life Bites Mindful Mondays. I'm life, business, and energy coach Nina Bosky. And in today's grounding session, we're going to help you get centered, cleared, and connected. Let's get started. Gently close your eyes. Begin by noticing your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Slow and easy. Let's do that again as we start to get comfortable, letting our body relax and allowing ourselves to come back to our breath. Let us ground. From the base of your spine down to the center of the earth. Let's take a grounding cord in the form of a tree trunk, and you could use whatever you'd like. A palm tree, a redwood, a maple, whatever feels comfortable for you. And let's take the roots of that grounding cord and really anchor yourself to Mother Earth, to yourself, to your essence, to who you are. And let's start to release everything that no longer serves you. Letting go of the past, take a nice big deep breath. Letting go of the future, take a nice big deep breath. And let's say hello to the here and now. Come into present time. Now, about 2 feet around you, let's create a circle of light. And in that circle of light is a circle of yellow roses. And those yellow roses represent your true sunshine spirit, where your personality and your higher self are working hand in hand. Let's create a circle of pink roses all around you, representing love and compassion for yourself, as well as the outside world. And now let's create a circle of red divine roses all around you, representing protection from anything that is not of your own energy and your own light. Everything goes on the outside of your space. People, experiences, furry animals, everything that is of past and future, worries, everything goes on the outside of your space, except for your own energy. This is the time to claim you, all of the parts of you, even the shadow. Now let's take a nice big deep breath. Let's come up to your sixth chakra, right between the brow. And now about 2 feet out, you're going to create a movie screen. And you're going to put your life today, this week, on your movie screen. And you're going to say hello to your opportunities, all the beautiful opportunities that are coming into your life and that are already here. Now it's just about expanding them. Say hello to your challenges. And in those challenges, say hello to your shadow. The shadow parts of yourself that have been hidden. And it's time to bring them to the light. Say hello to your beautiful blessings, all the beautiful blessings that are coming to you and through you. And now as you look upon your movie screen, I'd like you to see this beautiful garden called your life. You don't need to design it. It already exists. And as you step inside your garden, I'd like you to look around to the colors, the textures, the light. This is a living garden. Some areas are vibrant and blooming, and some are still growing. Some may feel quiet or just unfinished. Take a moment to walk slowly through this space. Feel the ground beneath your feet, steady and supportive. Notice what you see. As you continue walking, you begin to notice that certain areas of the garden, the light shifts. There are places where the shadows fall. These shadowed areas aren't mistakes. They aren't wrong. They are simply places where the parts of you have learned to stand back, to protect, to wait. As you move closer to the shadow, you notice what the shadow areas represent. Old fears, unspoken grief, self-doubt, over-responsibility, or just parts of you that have learned to stay small, to stay safe. You don't need to name them all. Just notice. Now choose a shadowed area that gently calls your attention. What does this shadow area look like? As you approach it even more fully, what does it feel like? This shadow is not your enemy. It is a part of your garden that has adapted to survive. Silently say hello, and that you belong here too. Breathe it in and allow it space to just be. Now imagine the sunlight slowly moving across the garden in the shadows of your life. not harsh, not forced. Just natural light shifting in the shadow. With the light shifting, you may be able to see more detail, more texture, more life than you expected. Often beneath the shadow, there's something tender. A younger part of you, a forgotten strength, perhaps a truth that wasn't ready to be seen before. Ask quietly, what were you protecting? And let that answer come to you as an image, a feeling, or a simple knowing. Whatever comes up, allow yourself to feel it. Accept it. And allow it space to heal. For you are tending to the garden of your life. Not fixing, not forcing growth, just offering care, water, space, and presence. Watch as the shadow softens. It doesn't disappear, it integrates. It is part of the garden of your life. Now take a nice big deep breath. Now slowly step back and look at the garden as a whole. Notice how much more texture it has, how alive it is, how much it has grown, how much it continues to evolve. This garden does not need to be perfect to be beautiful. Before leaving, silently say, I honor every part of my becoming. Nothing in me is wasted. Begin to walk back towards the entrance of the garden. Bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to the here and now. And gently, when you're ready, let's bring down a beautiful golden sun of light coming down through the heavens, down through that crown chakra into your sixth, igniting more of this knowingness and integrating all the different parts of yourself with wisdom and intuition, bringing this energy back down into your fifth chakra in your throat, igniting more of your truth and authentic self-expression. As that energy keeps coming down into your heart, filling you up with love and compassion for all the different parts of who you are, the beautiful blooming parts and the shadow areas that need tending. As that energy keeps coming down into your solar plexus, into your third chakra, being able to manifest more fully and allowing yourself to evolve in alignment with you. Bringing it back down into your second chakra, right below the navel, the I create energy from that primal force and the pleasures of life, and allowing the shadow parts of you to be healed from this primal place. As this energy keeps coming down into your root chakra, the base of the spine, the foundation of life, love of self, love of self. Allow that energy to keep coming down through your legs, creating that strength and flexibility down through your calves and into your feet. Wiggle your toes and say hello to your fun fairies. They are the magic and miracles that are allowing this healing and these beautiful manifestations to happen as your life moves forward. So let's bring that energy back down into Mother Earth, the richness of this soil, where your garden is rooted. And say to yourself, all is well. Life is good. I embrace all the parts of me, including the shadow parts. And everything in my life is moving forward, exactly as it should be. Take a nice big deep breath. Release and open your eyes. Now that you are grounded, cleared, and connected, let's move on to this week's message and life theme. So here's what I want you to remember. Your life is not a straight line. It is a living landscape. So just like we heard in the grounding, there are seasons of blooming. There's these beautiful flowers that can grow, and seasons where things look abundant. And then there's seasons where it starts to feel quieter, messier, and unfinished, just like the garden of our own life. So most of us were taught to judge those places, to label them as wrong or broken, or something needs to, we have to hurry past that part of ourselves or try to act like it's not there. I know I've done that in my own life. But in real life, in real growth, the shadow parts of the garden aren't failures. They're adaptive. They teach us about ourselves because those parts of you learned how to survive, how to protect, how to hold you together when you didn't yet have the tools that you have now. And here's the shift. When you stop trying to exile those parts, they stop running the show. Your shadow doesn't need to be eliminated. It needs to be understood. Because often what we call the shadow is actually wisdom that formed early before you had language, before you had choice, and before you had support. So now in the garden of your life, those shadow areas are not dead zones. They're not places where you have to run away. They're places where the soil is rich if you tune in. And guess what? When that light hits them at the right time, with the right care, your shadow becomes your fuel. This is what integration looks like. not fixing yourself, not bypassing discomfort. You got to move in, lean into that discomfort. What is it teaching you about yourself? And you have to be willing to stand in it long enough to say, nothing in me is wrong for being here. You may not like where your life is right now, or at least a part of it. But here's the thing, if you can stand in it long enough to stop fighting those parts of yourself, your energy starts to come back online. You can start to release it because you're not running from it. You make clearer decisions. You stop over explaining. You stop carrying things that were never meant to be permanent. So as you move forward today in this week, ask yourself this. Where in my life am I demanding perfection instead of just offering presence? A shadowed part of me actually be asking for attention, not correction or judgment. And what shift if I tended to my life the way a wise gardener would happen? Patience, attentive, trusting the process. Remember, a powerful life isn't one without shadow. It's one where the light knows exactly where to go. So take that one with you this week. I hope you've enjoyed this week's Mindful Mondays. Be sure to join us this Friday for another episode of Life Bites as we get you inspired in the areas of life, business, and media. I'm your host, life, business, and energy coach, Nina Bosky. And remember, until next time, sometimes in order to speed up, you've got to learn how to slow down.